Raptors Show, powered by DoorDash on Sportsnet 590 The Fan. I'm your host, Will Lou. A reminder, we are streaming live on Sportsnet's YouTube channel and airing live on Sportsnet 360 Monday to Friday between 2 and 3 p.m. I'm joined by my producer and co-host, Alex Wong. I promise you this is going to be a very positive show because the Raptors took down the Cleveland Cavaliers yesterday. The game that I was anxious about, the game that you were anxious about, the game that the Raptors needed to win. Obviously, you're chasing Cleveland. And now they're in a tie for 6, although they don't have 6 because Cleveland has the tiebreaker due to unfortunate circumstances.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, though.
Doesn't matter, man.
Doesn't matter. You're right.
Raptors with the biggest win of the season. Pascal Siakam, All-NBA.
Yeah.
Armani Brooks with 2 of the most impressive three-pointers I've seen anyone make in a Raptors uniform.
Oh, okay, yeah.
OG
yeah.
Anunoby is back.
Yep.
Good energy today.
Great energy.
It's going to be good energy today. And if you're not looking forward to listening to Will Lou when you go to sleep after a Raptors win to the React Pod and then wake up the next day at 2 p.m. to listen to Will again, are you really a Raptors fan?
Yeah, exactly.
That is my question. Will Lou Arena Stands update coming soon. But yeah, man, listen. We talked so much about them not performing in front of the full capacity crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And they came through. The energy was great in the building.
Oh, it was amazing.
Last night.
Really good crowd.
The fans were there. No Lakers fans. Raptors fans only.
Yeah, Media Row was empty this time around.
Media Row was empty.
It wasn't completely
to
full.
cover
like
the Cleveland Cavaliers, but huge win.
Yeah.
Where do you want to start, man? This is like a, Rabba Fridays. We just walk into Rabba. I'm like, you can pick whatever you want. Where would you like to start with Raptors Cavs?
All right, bro. What's wrong with you?
You want energy or not?
Yeah, I do. Look, listen. You know what? Let's start with pregame. So, we're sitting around, we're chatting it up. We're making a couple plans. The interview of the century coming soon
with Chris Boucher.
Parts 1 and 2
tonight. Part 1.
Tonight, part 1.
Tonight,
later for part 2. So I'm really excited for that. But we're chatting it up, and then we realize that's OG. OG's coming out to warm up, and I was like, this is interesting because we caught a little OG at practice on Wednesday, but the way Nick was talking at that practice, it was like, well, we might get OG into like the last 5 games of the season here, right? Ramp him up a little bit, game by game, get him a little bit more minutes, and I'm like,
so he's playing tomorrow. Whenever the Raptors say one thing,
no, whenever Nick says one thing.
Didn't Nick get like a doctor?
Nick is A-Marie, man.
Nick has a doctorate degree, right? So but he's not a real doctor apparently.
He's not a medical doctor.
Yeah.
But no,
no, Kyle's the one who got the doctorate.
Nick's more of a doctor than Kyle.
Oh, okay.
I got an honor. But come on. All right. Anyways,
we
saw OG come out, saw him warm up, and we were just watching him. And at first, I was like, I'm not gonna take any videos, whatever, man. Who knows? But he was making a whole bunch of shots, and obviously, we saw the finger was taped up. We were like, he's looking pretty good. And I even remember I think on yesterday's show, you were like, why don't you just throw him out there, play a little defense,
Yeah, play defense with 9 fingers. I mean, the Raptors are shooting 7 of 55 from 3 every game anyways.
Yeah.
It's not like you're losing anything on offense.
Yeah, and then, it turns out, shortly before the game, OG's in the lineup. He's starting, and it was awesome. I think he took the first 3 shots for the Raptors.
He made the first basket. Raptors
really trying to get into it, too.
Raptors only had 2 field goals in the first 6 minutes, but,
Oh, right. I forgot
not a problem.
About that. Yeah.
Typical Raptors.
I mean, the Cavs were really hard trapping Fred. Pascal wasn't as involved in the first quarter.
That's not what I heard from you in the radio booth in the first quarter.
You heard professionalism in that booth.
I've seen some things.
Always.
I've seen some things in there this season.
No, man, please. What's
I
wrong
cannot
with you,
share. I've seen some things.
Stop exposing me,
but yeah, great start. Great. No, not a great start, but great start for OG.
Yes.
And he finished with 14 points in 26 minutes. And he talked about after the game just how much he missed being out on the floor. Right?
Yes.
Because he's been out for a while.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this has been a weird season for him, right? Because there was a lot of hype coming into the year. He started off the first 2 games truly shooting the ball poorly, but he really settled into a nice rhythm. Then he gets an injury in practice, hip pointer. He's out for 3 weeks. Then he comes back. Then the whole team gets COVID, whatever. But and then this thing happens with the finger injury. And as he explained to reporters after the game, that it's been hurting him for a while, and of course it's you got to imagine that's impacting some of his performances, especially with the shooting, the fact that it's on his shooting hand, but. He's been out since February, man.
So nice to have him back.
Yeah, it was awesome. And you know what? You take it for granted how much stuff that he does for the Raptors on both ends of the floor. I know that the expectation is always for players to sort of take another step and do all this other stuff. And we saw him take a whole bunch of turnaround jumpers and fadeaway jumpers in the preseason and even in the games leading up. And it was like, okay, wow, this is exciting. Can we do that more often? But I think you kind of, in always thinking ahead for OG, you lose sight of the fact that what he's already doing for you on a consistent basis, the way he's bringing the defense together with the way that the Raptors are sending two to the ball a lot in the first half against Garland, and that required somebody to come over, a third defender to come over and bump. Whoever was screening for Garland would just immediately leave because obviously, two defenders, his defenders going to Garland. So a third defender needs to come over and tag that guy. And the amount of times OG successfully timed it perfectly, used his physicality to bump a bigger guy like Mobley or, Love or even Markkanen or whoever, and then still get out to his guy. I just thought it was so impressive in terms of just executing the game plan, mistake-free basketball. And then the three-point shooting is just genuinely really nice. I think he made 4 threes last night. And, he had a couple opportunities where he tried to drive in and initiate, and he missed a couple short jumpers. But, that's what the Raptors have needed, that 3-and-D reliability. I think I wrote in 10 things after the thing that you can get that level of production from certain guys, if they have a good game. OG is just doing that every single time out for you. And that's where that reliability was so key. And I think, honestly, just even on the bigger level, him gritting it out and saying yesterday, okay, look, I know I'm not 100%, but we need to get this game against the Cavs. We got practice. We were loading up for this game. We need to do it because we want to get out of this playing scenario. He steps up, and the rest of the team has no excuses. Same thing with Fred. Fred's not 100%. He was warming up in front of us. It was an exercise. Remember the trainer came out with him, and he had an exercise band and was putting on his knee, and he was doing a slight lunge, right, with the resistance band on his right knee. And the pained look on his face, man. Oh, my goodness.
No, Fred's fighting through it
tough,
right now.
man. He looked really tough. But seriously, though, when you guys have those two at the top of your team, along with Pascal, obviously, but those two guys who aren't 100%, they come out and they give that type of effort. Everyone's got to fall in line. And that's what we saw yesterday, a true team win. And, of course, Pascal was the superstar. Come on, man.
No, for sure. And that's leadership, man. We know OG's not going to be the type of guy who rallies his teammates around and gives a huge locker room speech. For him to play in that game and give them the energy boost that you talked about was huge. I thought, Eric Kareem from The Athletic pointed this out in an article today. In these big games, you lean on the guys like you mentioned, Fred, Pascal, and OG. They're the most experienced on this team. They've played on the biggest stage and really thought they led the way. And no one led the way more than Pascal. Shouts to Pascal. I'm fueled today by the free McDonald's fries. Thanks to his.
That's right. No,
Yeah,
Alex really
what's up?
walked into the office today with lunch in hand, back from McDonald's, pulled out the fries, said these were free, and I said half of these were from Pascal.
Half of them,
It's got to
pretty
give you
much.
half a medium fry, man. That's what we're going to call 3-point attempts now, actually. 3-point makes now.
Yeah.
They're in denominations of fries.
Okay.
So
I like
Pascal
that.
yesterday gave you small fries.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's 6
He
threes.
got you half that box.
6 threes, a career tying 6 of 7 from 3, 35 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. Exactly the type of performance you want from your number one option in what was essentially a must-win game, most important game of the year. Hit that 3 at the end of the fourth quarter.
Just for fun.
Did a little pose.
That's right.
It was amazing. Just, talk about this Pascal Siakam All-NBA performance, because we got to call Tim Bontemps again and, press him again today. What's going on?
I would. You know what? I know obviously the timing of our guests really depends on the guests because obviously people are real busy. But man, I would love to talk to Tim after that performance. I don't know,
Tim
man.
said, "I don't want to hear any of your research."
Yeah,
Willie."
he said, I don't want to hear from you. I'm like, all right, Tim, but I was just gonna read you his per game numbers. Like, come on, man, relax. All right. Anyway, a shout to Tim for coming on the show.
We lost one swing state, but
Yeah, it's fine.
49 more to
It's-
go. We
it's
got
fine.
this.
It's fine.
We got this.
He just wants lower taxes. But in any case, yeah, wow. What a performance from Pascal. I think the fact that he shot 6 threes, or the fact that he took 7 threes was really encouraging. I know he's been ramping up that portion of his game. And, at first it was very steady corner looks. Fred was driving and kicking to him. With Fred drawing 2 defenders consistently to him, there was a lot of plays where the Cavs lost track of Pascal, and OG was able to find him and stuff like that. And then it kind of progressed into those wide open catch and shoots in the corner, which are probably the easiest shots for them to take. Then it progressed to a little pick and pop action at the top of the floor, a little bit longer of a 3, but something that Pascal works on. He's able to knock those down. And then it got to the point where towards the end, he got the pull up going to his right. And I'm not anticipating him making 6 threes a game. If he did, he'd be the best scorer in the league. But no, I mean, the way he operated, the way he attacked yesterday was really, really mature. Seeing him come back into the game after Fred had nailed 3 jumpers, along with Armani Brooks, who hit a 3 and had that ridiculous chase down block. Sign this man, seriously, sign this man for real. Not just in a joke tweet, but like sign this man. And those guys held it down, but you needed OG and Pascal to come in for the last 5 minutes and really lock the Cavs out. And that's exactly what Pascal did. The way he was searching and hunting for Lauri Markkanen. You know, this is Liam Neeson and Taken, all right? It was personal, man.
Lauri Markkanen was in hell.
It was
he was in hell
personal,
yesterday. He was, you talk about tap dancing on radio. I saw Markkanen tap dance on the court last night. A couple times.
This guy was saying.
Couple times.
And next up, we have Jordy coming on the show.
You know who they need? They need a Dean Wade, man. No, but
they did need Dean Wade actually, because they couldn't get a lot of great production from Chetty Osman other than him just taking dirty fouls nonstop.
Ooh, listen, but it's been established. It's a very Raptors biased show. But I was looking.
It's been established.
Right.
I think this is what people expect.
It's called the Raptors Show.
It's not just it's not established. It's expected.
Right. This is actually our slogan.
Yeah.
Biased coverage. Come get it. 2 to 3 p.m. every day. 2 hours coming soon. We'll talk about that in the second segment. But yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Look, just watching the game last night, though, the point I was trying to make was, I know they're tied right now, and they don't have the tiebreaker, all of that stuff, and we'll see how that plays out in the final 9 games of the season. But if I'm one of the top teams in the East, and I'm looking at either playing Toronto or Cleveland in the first round, I think it's a no-brainer that you don't want to play Toronto. Like, Toronto is by far the tougher opponent if you're asking me to pick between these two teams.
Yeah, I think ultimately in a playoff setting, teams will guard Cleveland the way the Raptors guarded Cleveland, which, by the way, I was looking back on the research. Dating back to February, Darius Garland has scored 20-plus points in every single game outside of 2 games. The 2 games, both against the Raptors. Right? Single digits last night. Or he had 18 last night. He had 17 in the loss to Cleveland a few weeks ago, where the Raptors were really banged up and their offense was really horrible. But when you're able to send 2 defenders to him and force him to get rid of the ball, the Cavs don't have enough shooting around him or secondary playmaking that you're too worried about it. Yeah, some guys will hit you with some threes. Like Markkanen can hit a 3. Love can hit a 3. I mean, Lamar Stevens last night was hitting 3s, okay? But, there isn't that secondary guy for him. Karis LeVert was supposed to be that guy. He was nominally involved in that game yesterday. It doesn't really do much defensively. Kind of just made a couple ISO baskets. That's cool, but that's not going to be enough for you. And then the other thing the Raptors did really well was they forced him to his left. There was a play in the fourth quarter where Thad Young got switched down to Garland, and I was like, man, this is a concern. Garland's very slippery, and Thad just kept his feet active and kept playing him almost parallel, basically denying him from going to his right whatsoever, locking him in. And Garland tried to, he's got a great handle or whatever, except when Scotty Barnes is against him and picked him off. By the way, that was a great play.
Beauty.
But Thad just kept locking in on the right side of his body, didn't let him get to his right hand, even after a couple of moves. And eventually Garland had to drive in and put up a lefty floater, and he wasn't as good with that. And I think teams are going to be able to stop Cleveland in a way that they probably won't be able to as much with the Raptors, just because I think the Raptors have more shot creators healthy. And look, part of that is because Cleveland's banged up, but I don't care, man. You know what I want to see? I want to see Cleveland versus KD in the first round of the play-in. Let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it.
That's what the
NBA
NBA
wants. I would love
wants.
to see that.
That's what fans around the world want. That's what we need.
And then what we need is for LeBron to go to Cleveland afterwards, for them to trade Garland.
Right. Tear this team down for LeBron James and Bronny.
And Bronny, yeah, of course. Yeah, because Bronny's a guard too, so you got to get rid of Garland.
Let's get that done. No, but I think you talk about the Garland stats. You talk about looking forward to the playoffs. You know what gives me confidence? Before these home games, they do the intro. Strizzy, brings out the starting lineup. The fans are cheering. You got the fireworks. All that stuff.
It's a real production. Like
it's a real production, just like this show.
Oh, okay.
And then when they panned and introduced Nick Nurse, and I see Nick Nurse there locked in with the clipboard, that's what gives me confidence.
Yeah.
In big games.
Really?
Yeah, didn't we just do Nick propaganda earlier this week when he was going up against Doc Rivers?
Yeah, I thought Nick did a really good job coaching once again. I think, look, he's clearly locked in on Garland. And again, like I mentioned, dating back to the end of February, Garland has scored 20-plus points in every single game. And the Cavs need him to do that because he's carrying them. He's the most important player on that team. Right? Without him, I think Evan Mobley might be a single-digit scorer. I'm serious. I'm not even joking. I'm not kidding, okay? But in any case, he does so much for them, but the Raptors have been able to slow him down twice. That's what you want from a head coach. You know what? Yeah, if other guys can beat you, if Chetty Osman goes off like he did the last time against the Raptors in Cleveland when the Raptors lost 2 weeks ago, okay. It sucks, but okay, you can accept that. If Markkanen goes for 20 points, fine, whatever. It's the price of doing business, but you have to lock in on their main guy, and they've done that twice now. And yeah, great win, man. A lot of efforts. I think I love these types of wins where you can go through the roster and say nice things about everybody who played, because I don't think there was a single guy who came in and the level didn't really drop with anybody. And that's what you want to see. The bench production was really good. Shout out Chris Boucher, played 33 minutes. Nick chose to close the game with him, plus 19 game high. Precious coming off the bench, doing his thing. To be honest, Precious had a pretty solid game, but based on how well he's been playing of late, it's kind of like, that's fine, but let me show me 21 points with 6 threes again.
He's getting a little ambitious on offense, which, he'll find the right balance eventually, I feel like.
No, it's fine, man. The confidence is elite. As our man Thad Young said, he's just here in his ear every single day. It's like, you're way too athletic to just like stand around, like go make plays, go score.
Thad Young's really bringing the leadership every day.
Yeah,
speaking to every single guy.
Yes, and you saw yesterday, not just leadership. The second quarter was Thad Young's. He knocked down, or he opened the quarter, a hard drive, drew an extra defender, kicked it out to Chris Boucher, corner 3, knocked it down. Then he had another play where, he stole the ball, ran ahead, dunked the ball. Then he had another play where Fred was running the pick and roll with him. 2 guys go to Fred, which was the whole game plan for Cleveland. 2 guys go to Fred. Fred threw the bounce pass to the trailer in Thad, and Thad went in for a little floater, no problem. Another play, Fred and Thad, once again, pick and roll. 2 defenders go to Fred. Fred throws it into the post. Thad has a short defender on him, lefty hook, bounces in. Right? Then another play, which I thought was probably the biggest one for Thad, was Kevin Love opened the corner. He sprints out to the corner, leaves his feet, closes out, but under control, because it forced Love to sidestep and relocate for that 3 deeper into the corner. And then Thad was able to contest from behind a second time. It takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of energy. And for a guy who's a 15-year vet, that's impressive to me. I don't know if you've seen the Lakers play, but they don't make they got a lot of 15-year vets on that team. They don't make secondary efforts.
No, the Lakers have 22.
They don't even
vets.
make the first closeout.
There's a big difference between 15-year vets and 22-year vets. But yes, shouts to Thad receiving the Raptors Show interview bump.
Oh, I mean, come on,
great
man.
play on the court. No, we got to take credit. We're going to take credit when Scottie finishes first in Rookie of the Year, but we need you to push harder in these coming weeks. We need a couple more swing votes.
Okay, that's up to you, man. You're the producer of the show.
No, I got you.
I'm here to press them on air, but it's up to you to actually get these fine voters.
I got you.
These men and women who decide who the Rookie of the Year is.
But yeah, you mentioned the bench production, man. Armani Brooks. I think Armani Brooks, what he's doing on the court, is really showing me something that we've talked about in terms of what can this Raptors team look like if they're able to space the floor more, if they're able to add more shooters to this team. Because even looking at OG's return last night, what he was able to bring, and Armani Brooks with the 2 threes and the chase down block, like if Masai and Bobby can get another shooter or 2 into this rotation, I really think this Raptors team is ready to make a huge leap next season.
Yeah, I mean, sure, I guess so. But I mean, at the same time, like,
what?
No, man, I'm excited about this season. What are you talking about next season? Next season,
I'm always thinking ahead.
I'm excited about the postseason.
This season is like what Vlad Guerrero Jr. said. This season's the trailer. Next season gonna be the movie for the Raptors, in my opinion.
Did he say that?
Well, he said about last year and this year.
Oh,
but
that's a bar. From
Vladdy.
No,
that's an all-time bar. But
yeah.
Listen, I'm excited about the rest of this Raptors season too. I am, but I'm super excited about moving forward, just because of what we're able to see. But yes, let's show some love to Armani Brooks.
Yeah, I think it's been really impressive watching him play. I think consistently I'm impressed with the defensive effort. That's my main concern. That's probably Nick's only concern. Can you play defense? And
yeah, because otherwise you can't. You're not going to be on the floor.
Yeah, and I guess I just didn't realize this. But he's 6'3" and he's like slightly built. I mean, he's a guard, right? But apparently he's got a 6'9" wingspan.
There we go.
Okay,
that's how the Raptors found him.
They were like, yeah, you're right. Actually,
they sort by wingspan.
No, listen. I mean, everyone on the Raptors got to be 6'9", you know, and Armani is 6'9" in the wingspan, which is important. And No, I think he's been more athletic on the defensive end. Obviously, the reads have been good, which has been really important. I mean, he's probably only had like 2-3 practices with the team, so for the defense to be that good right away is nice. Obviously, he's a bench piece. He's there for the 3-point shooting. Love that he knows his role. 6 shots last night. All 6 are threes.
So he still hasn't taken a.
No, he took a
two?
pair of twos in the Sixer game.
Okay.
Or maybe the Bulls game.
Yeah,
He
maybe.
drove it in for a layup at one point. I think the Raptors
Ah.
had gone 5 minutes without scoring, and then Armani Brooks drove it in for a layup. But in any case, like, he knows his role. He knows his 3-point shooting. He's not afraid to take them. And of course, one of the plays of the night last night was him. After he missed a 3, right, which means that he's probably not one of the first people back on transition. But he was able to chase down. I think Stevens had gotten the elbow into Scotty Barnes to create that separation. Was about to go up for the floater or the layup or whatever. And Brooks got up. And not only did he chase him down, as in like chase out of bounds, he like chased him down and then went around and reached around with the 6'9" wingspan and then blocked it back into play, and the Raptors had possession. That's amazing. And obviously everybody on a 10-day contract's really got to hustle, really got to play, but I think he fits what the Raptors need. We've been begging for a shooter, and obviously, like, when the trade deadline passed, with that going to the Raptors, it was like, okay, well, this is definitely an improvement because you went from Goran, who's not playing, to a guy in Thad who can definitely play for you and also actually be here and provide veteran things rather than being in Miami and coaching up the Heat culture and everything like that. But you still needed shooting, and that was the one thing. It was like, okay, you had the open roster spot because you waived Drew Eubanks. Can you get some shooting with that last spot? And they did. It turns out they did. Some injuries had to happen. Obviously, Malachi being out and things like that, but I think he should be signed for the rest of the season. I think he's been pretty clear that as soon as he's joined the team, I mean, you've even noticed he's ahead of Delano. And the reason for that is nothing really against Delano, but you just need shooting. And, every single time he hits the 3, it really hits. Like, can we do that real quickly for the standings of on the Raptors?
The hits different rankings for Raptors three-pointers?
The hits different rankings. So we know the very bottom is the
Yes.
Yeah, the hits.
I would argue it might be at the top because.
No, it hits regular.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's regular.
Do you get excited once V hits a 3?
Yeah, because it's.
No, I'm just like, finally.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's fair.
I'm not excited. Fair. I'm like, oh, damn, wow. There you go.
Okay, let's start. Okay, let's not start at the bottom. Let's do like a top 3.
Yeah.
I still put Precious number 1.
Ooh,
the
that's
Precious,
a good one. Yeah.
The Precious corner 3s for me is like really like energizing, especially in a fourth quarter situation. I might even put Chris Boucher up there. I don't know, because Chris does so much from a hustle standpoint right now.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Actually.
I feel like when you get that scoring from him, it just feels like it's an extra. It's bonus now.
Yeah.
So I get excited about that. I would put Armani there as well.
Yeah, I agree with third.
That's really my top 3. Anybody else stand out too? Yuta Watanabe?
No.
Last 2 minutes of the game?
That doesn't even hit at all.
Ooh, okay.
Unfortunately.
Wow.
No, we got the behind the scenes look at it. But in any case, still my guy though. Still gave me the dap before the game yesterday.
So
sorry,
a little bit of housekeeping.
Program,
so we were talking about watching OG warm up, watching Fred warm up. We also saw Utah warm up.
Yeah.
And we were sitting right near where the players run into the tunnel after they warm up.
Yeah.
And
I believe those seats cost $2 billion.
Goddamn.
So,
but yeah, I was like, Will,
nice.
Let's just stay here. So when Utah comes off the court, it's good energy if he sees us.
Yeah.
And gave you a little pregame dap.
I mean, I had to. Call his name and be like, "Hey, Utah," and then he's like, "Oh, it's you again? Again?" He's like, "Again? Really? I just saw you yesterday, the day before. I see you every day."
Give you the pity handshake. But we need that now. That's what propelled the Raptors.
You're right.
To this victory.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, but those are my top 3 for the hits different. But we can think about it a little more.
Yeah, I mean,
right now it's Fred, but
Oh man.
But we'll talk about that.
No, I mean, you know what it is actually when Fred hits the deep 3, and it's the Yabba Dabba Doo drop.
Yeah.
The 3+ Yabba, because usually they'll play Yabba Dabba Doo for when he goes for a 2-point shot, when he makes like a layup or something.
Right. This is the arena drop that they play.
But they don't want to also play a back-to-back either. So like if he hits like 2 threes in a row, they're not gonna go. What do they do? Like,
there's another one that they play. I know what you're talking about. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But they mix up the sound.
They for Federico.
Yes, Federico.
Drop,
Federico is the other drop
for the 3. Right. Usually they'll play that, but if he hits 2 threes in a row, they're not gonna play Federico twice. They're gonna go with the Yabba Dabba Doo. It just hits so different. I don't know, man.
And plus, there's usually a 6-second delay between when the basket goes in and the drop.
Right. Well, that's because Herbie's put up a career night yesterday too.
Oh, You hear that R on Okoro
Yeah.
during the starting lineups?
This guy said, "Oh."
Shouts to Herbie. But yeah, when that Yabba Dabba Doo hits, that's 6 seconds.
Oh my god.
Nobody in the arena times the Yabba Dabba Doo scream better
Yes.
than the man sitting next to me right now.
Yeah. No,
So,
I love it, man.
I've seen
my
it-
favorite things in the arena to do are to sing Okanda,
Yes.
and to sing Yabba Dabba Doo.
Yeah.
And also, it's your boy.
Yes, that's the Scotty drop. Yeah, I've seen and heard a lot of things this year in that radio
I know you're
booth.
tired, bro. You're really coming to the game on Saturday? Wow.
But yeah, before we take the break,
Indiana?
a quick update too, because so what is this? So like we've talked about arena food and things of that nature,
Yes.
and you like to go to this place called Noodle Bao.
It's okay. It's a clear number 2 option for me. Man.
Yes.
There's like a, Kawhi is Leela's.
Okay.
And then number 2
Yeah.
will fluctuate sometimes, but it's a clear number 2.
Yeah, but I've noticed
Noodle Bao is number 2 right
you
now.
get these like pork belly bows, but
Yeah.
you don't eat it during the game.
Mm-hmm,
You put them in the corner of the radio booth that we're in.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's to reward myself if the Raptors win.
Yeah.
Is that your approach? So do you want to fast until the Raptors make the top 6?
No, I mean, I don't know. It's just.
Is that part of your routine?
No, it's just a very heavy. It's just a very heavy.
Oh, okay.
item.
There's
I
a
don't know.
practical reason for it. Okay.
Yeah,
sorry.
no, but it is.
I was trying to dig deep into
it also does
holistic
hit pretty
approach.
different too. After a win, you
So
bite
did you
into
just
an
throw
ice
out-
cold.
Did you just throw out your food after the Lakers win? What happened then?
I was disgusted, man.
Yeah.
I think I did actually.
And by the way, we've been trying to track down this fried chicken sandwich at Alouette, and we ended up taking 45 minutes yesterday before the game.
You also wanted. You were like, "Hey, Will, let's take the stairs up to the 600." I'm like, "Okay, Alex, let's do that."
And then we got lost.
So we climbed the whole building, with the mask on, low winded, and then we were like, "Oh, the doors are locked."
So we walked back down.
So we had to walk back
We
down to
saw,
300.
we saw Utah Watanabe's face on the elevator.
There's only one elevator, one set of elevators that goes to the 600 level.
Yeah.
Usually there's 2, but the other one is not in service during games because it's like the staff elevator or whatever. Okay, so we go to the other elevator. It comes twice. It's completely full, like literally jam packed. Right, COVID's just over apparently. And then we were like, fine, okay, you know what? We got to ride this elevator go down first. And if we're gonna get up, we went all the way down to like parking.
Yeah,
It took us like 25 minutes to get up there, man.
Yeah, but
all because you wanted to take the steps, bro.
Just gotta get some steps in, man. But to tell you how early Will gets to the arena, it was still half an hour before
Oh yeah.
opening tip by the
No,
time.
but
we got up.
like I said, I got to be there to single Canada. I got to.
Listen, also forgot to mention the Raptors clinched at least a play-in spot.
Oh,
yesterday.
that's right.
I
Yeah,
know we
yeah.
got higher ambitions, but
Wait,
the
so
Raptors.
we clinched 10th?
Yes, basically.
Man, this is
I'm
not
just-
newsworthy. This is not
Come
newsworthy.
on. This means the Raptors are back. And one more thing, ran into 2 Will-Loo stands. The Will-Loo stands at the arena count 2 yesterday.
Yeah.
So the new game
Great
from
to
now
see.
on for the rest of the home games, there's a home heavy schedule. It's going to be Armani Brooks threes versus Will-Loo stands at the arena.
Are you serious?
So last night was 2-2. 2 threes for Armani, 2 fans.
I like my odds.
Yeah. If you're a fan who've met Will at the arena, please DM me on Twitter or IG with the photos that I've taken for you with Will.
Oh, that's
We're
right.
trying
yeah,
to start a
'cause Why
collage.
aren't you in any of these photos? You're,
No, people are here to see you.
You're famous too.
No. Every time we see a Will-Loo stand now, I'm like, hey, give me your phone.
They're like, hey, Alex, can you take this photo for us? They know you too.
I don't even ask. I don't even ask anymore. Remember yesterday to the guy, I was just like, hey, just give me your phone.
Yeah, he's like, come on,
I was
man.
like, give me your phone. I
know,
got you.
I know how this goes.
Yeah.
All
Anyways, more to talk about. We still got to talk about Scotty versus Evan Mobley.
Yep.
We got to do a little Fred health check,
Mm-hmm.
standings update. So lots more to come next segment.
That's right. We're going to take a break. I'm your host, Will. You've been listening to The Raptors Show, powered by DoorDash on Sportsnet 590 The Fan. And now a message from our presenting sponsor. Discover the best eats in your neighborhood on DoorDash without leaving your home. So many options to choose from, and ordering is easy. For a limited time, you can get 25% Welcome back to the Raptors Show, powered by DoorDash on Sportsnet 590 The Fan. I'm your host, Will Lou. I continue to be joined by producer and co-host Alex Wong. Alex, as we do every Friday, we want to give thanks to the people who made the show possible. A lot of people who support us, work on the show, give us encouragement. And I'm going to start it off. I want to say thank you to everyone who made the Raptors Show and the Raptors Reaction Podcast possible this week, including our producer, Derek, JR, Ryan Fabro, Kyle, Maria, DT, Greg Sansoni, Pet Flash, and everyone else supporting us behind the scenes. A special shout out to Jennifer Rolnick for helping us behind the scenes with the YouTube stream and also with the music on Tuesdays. Great selections. Oh, no, not Tuesdays.
Yeah, Tuesdays.
It was Tuesdays?
Yeah.
It was Tuesday?
I've,
Okay, all right.
I've continued to outsource my work, so.
Wow,
Yeah, music on Tuesdays.
You outsourcing work. I wouldn't
Yeah,
imagine
Derek
it. You know?
Brandeo, get ready. It's about to be Derek Brandeo Wednesday music. Yeah,
Oh, okay. All right, let's do it, man. A special thank you also to the guests this week for making time for the show. Shout out to Blake Murphy, Thad Young, Oren Weisfeld, and Tim Bontemps. I like when you just snuck Thad Young in there, like he's also a blogger and not like a full-on player. Or anything
did
like
he
that,
not? Did he not call in just the same way Oren did?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that's
Right?
true. Yeah.
You
All right.
know, plus or minus 2 hours, 2-hour wait while he was in the cold tub.
Come on, man. Let that go.
But
Let
yes,
that go. He had a great quarter in the second yesterday.
No.
Man.
Shouts
Come
to
on.
Thaddeus Young.
Of course.
But yeah, so a couple weeks ago we got called out, and by we I mean you called us out because you know we just apparently copy and paste these shout outs in every Friday.
Again, that
again
was you.
to say these things, you know, we want these shout outs to come more from the heart.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So every week I'm gonna message these people that we're shouting out and get a fun fact from them.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So today's special shout out goes to Kyle Crabb. He helps us a lot behind the scenes in terms of clipping things from the YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I work with him on getting the podcast uploaded. And I asked him for a fun fact, and turns out he's a huge Liverpool soccer fan. And he told me his favorite players are Mo Salah. Who is this? Alexander Arnold and Van Dijk. Those are his favorite players. So, wow, it's true. You'll never walk alone, Will. We found another Liverpool fan.
What about you? I thought you were a big Liverpool fan based on the way you
No,
were
I'm
saying
retired. I'm retired from
Van Dijk
from
slowly.
I'm retired from watching and playing soccer.
Did I pronounce his name right?
Where is that clip from, Derek? Because it's so good. But anyways, yes, that's a shout out. You know,
Yeah.
Shouts to Kyle. I've never met Kyle. We've obviously just interacted like via text and email. You've never met anyone because you know Will's a very standoffish person. Doesn't get along with anyone here at Sportsnet.
What?
I'm just trying to see if you're paying attention.
Okay. All right, man. That's not true, man. That's not fair.
Not
Come
true
on.
at all, man. Will
Chopped
is
it up with our boy Greg.
yeah, Greg Sansoni. Shout
That's
outs.
right, man.
Got
The
the
legend,
handshake
the
yesterday.
legend, bro. I watched this man on TV growing up.
Headline Sports.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Shout out Martin as well.
yes. And also a programming note, we are going to 2 hours every day
That's
on
right.
Monday, April 4th. So next week is still 1 hour. But then after that,
The playoff push.
the playoff push, that's going to be the final week of the regular season. It's going to be 1 to 3 p.m. So for people tuning in live on radio, watching on Sportsnet 360, and of course, shout outs to the YouTube stream,
Of course.
1 to 3 p.m. until the Raptors season is over. So hopefully
All right.
it'll be a little bit. And I saw one person in the YouTube comment be like, Alex should be on every day. Well, your wish has come true.
Oh, you
I will
sound, you
be
sound
here.
thrilled, by the way.
I'm so
You
excited.
sound like a prisoner.
I'm going to be here Monday to Friday with my guy, Will
So
Lou.
no more Tuesdays and Wednesdays off. You got promoted full time?
Yeah, exactly. My job starts in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
this whole season has been
No,
a
there's
preseason.
as you have said already, there are 82 game players and 16 game players, and you're clearly a 16 game player.
I am a 16-game player.
You intend to play exactly 16 games.
I was exhausted at the game yesterday because I was hyped for it.
Yeah.
I was into it. And
Yeah.
I turned to you. I couldn't believe it. Like, this is the energy you devote to every single Raptors game. In October, in November, in April, in the
Yeah.
playoffs, in the preseason.
Yeah, I mean, this is what happens when you're still in your 20s.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Well, we did establish you're turning 30 this year. We're
That's
about
right.
to be in the same decade.
That's right, actually. Yeah,
the
I'm-
jokes end there.
It's
I can't
upsetting.
wait.
It's upsetting.
Can't wait, man.
You know, look, I know you have a ton of topics, but can we just quickly take 1 minute? Why is your headband so big, man?
It's because we're meeting Chris Boucher later. Trying to get the look going.
No,
Yeah.
okay. No, this headband is literally covering like 3 inches of your forehead, man.
I got a big forehead. We also established this. Pull up the old YouTube Run It Back episodes
Damn.
to see the forehead.
All right.
But yes. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you saw Zach Lowe's 10 things
I did.
this morning.
Always, man.
Gave a shout out to Precious Achua and Chris Boucher
Yes.
coming off the bench. And he requested nicknames. You had a precious nickname you ran by me yesterday that I just rejected right away.
So I've seen other people call him this, so I'm not taking credit for that. I'm just relaying the message. The big sneeze.
Yes, and I was confused at first.
Because he's a Chua.
Right.
Yeah.
I rejected
You like that?
one.
The big sneeze?
No, we got to workshop that one.
Okay, fair enough.
No, but I've been trying to make hustle and flow work for two players. I don't know if that necessarily fits Precious and Chris. There's a lot of hustle.
There's a lot of hustle.
Not a lot of flow.
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 So that's still under workshop.
Okay, yeah.
But if you guys have any suggestions, DM Will on Instagram at WillLouFits.
They definitely deserve a nickname because they come in together. I'm always waiting because to me, Raptors games don't start until Chris Boucher and Precious Achiuwa check in together off the bench. Because that game against the Cavs last night, they checked in. The first play, they ran some weird zone, and I think they got confused and someone scored at the basket. But for a 5-minute stretch to the Cavs to end the first quarter, the Cavs only had one made field goal. I think they just really come in. Their energy is great, as Zach described. Their length is incredible. Who knows what position they're playing? They're getting on the glass at a very elite rate. I think they're grabbing like 38% of available rebounds when they're playing them together. That's a lot. That's a lot of rebounds that those guys are getting when they're collectively in. They're able to block shots. They're able to stay in front of guards. They play well together all season. Nick has really been he found a really good combo there. Because, again, it's not intuitive. You don't look at that lineup, you say, okay, well, that makes sense to me. But it has worked. And, they need a nickname. Let's go. Let's go call up Ennis, man. We need another one.
Yeah.
We got Spice and Dice, and now what is this?
Yeah, we need this one. We'll think about this.
Yeah.
But yes, happy 36th birthday to Raptors legend Kyle Lowry today.
Oh, yeah.
Kyle's coming back soon. Next Sunday.
He is, yeah. So Kyle's going to come back, which is going to be an awesome game. Danny Green's going to come back. He's going to get his ring finally, which will be awesome.
Please pick that ring up. This thing is sitting at like a DHL shipment center right now. Probably has to pay $86 in brokerage fees.
Yeah.
Pick that ring up. No, shouts to Danny. Actually connecting with his people, trying to get you an interview.
Oh,
with
that's
Danny.
right.
It's always nice to reminisce with the 2019 team.
No, always. You know that. Like,
Yeah.
I know we did it already a few times now, but we will do it with every single member of that 2019 Raptors roster when they become available for interview, like we did with Serge Ibaka this year. Like
Jody,
you did actually with Serge.
Jody Meeks.
You did with Jody.
We did with Norm.
You did it with Jordy.
we cover everything from Jody to Jordy,
Yeah, you
man.
said Jordy Meeks, man.
Shouts to Jordy.
Oh my God! But every
Did
single
I
time
pronounce his name right?
every single time we get
Funniest
a
clip ever.
2019 championship ring holder, we will reminisce about that time they won the championship. And I'll look forward to talking to Danny. Obviously, great speaker. Former Yahoo employees.
That's right.
Yeah.
Former coworkers. We're former coworkers with everyone. Anyways,
Yeah.
Kyle's return in Toronto is next Sunday, so we'll obviously devote some programming to him before that next week. And
Of course.
wanted to open up the voicemails again. If you want to tell us your favorite Kyle memory in Toronto, on court, off the court, stories, anything, specific moments, interviews with DeMar, all of that stuff, we'll play the best ones on the show next week. So dial us 416-413-4141.
Mm-hmm.
Again, 416-413-4141. Favorite Kyle Lowry Raptors memories.
This sounds like another draft.
Oh, we're doing a draft next Friday. Favorite Kyle Lowry moments.
Okay, I'm down.
We're going to have the voicemails to help us as lifelines. So we'll discuss off air who we want to bring on for that draft. Apparently, we're terrible at drafting. Every time we have a guest on, they're better than us.
Yeah, it's a little tough, but it's all good, man. It's all good. We're the Danny Ainge of Toronto Sports Radio. That's not good. Scratch that. Oh, he had a bad drafting record for a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, we were listening to Chris Boucher talk at morning practice today.
Mhm.
We talked about in the first segment how well he played last night, how well he's really been playing the second half of the season. So, you as pseudo producer, you want to tee up this clip that we're going to play?
Yeah, so Chris is one of the nice things, and one of the reasons he has a podcast is he's very open and transparent, and he's honest about when he's not doing well. And as it turns out, one of the big turnarounds for him this season was the Raptors losing to Cleveland. This is on Boxing Day. We talked about this game a few times where only 4 regular rostered players plus 4 strangers off the street. I'm not even trying to disparage them. There were literally 4 strangers off the street coming in to play that game in Cleveland, the Raptors losing by 46 points. And Chris was the first option in that game, and that was a big moment for him. So let's hear that clip from Chris.
I mean, it was one of the worst games ever. My family, they wanted to shut down the TV when they watched it. How bad it was. I remember shooting 2 for 10, and I was like, oh, finally gonna be the number one guy, the go-to guys, and I didn't realize how hard it is to be like that day out and day in, and but it definitely changed my life, just changed my perspective, and realized I never want to be in those positions again, and just wanted to become a better player. Like, I didn't like the way I was looking on TV, and I know I'm better than that.
So he said he didn't like the way he was looking on TV, right? Which obviously, when you shoot 6 of 19 with 5 turnovers, like that's gonna be a real hard performance to watch back. However, I was looking back, and I remember this from revisiting that game, where the Cleveland broadcast had this to say about Chris Boucher on one of his attempts.
Oh, we didn't have that clip.
We didn't have that clip?
You were supposed to send me the clip.
I emailed it to you.
Oh, I thought you were going to send it to me.
I even converted from MP3 to
This is
MP4.
this is our first on
Forward this email to Derek right now. You have the computer in front of you.
I can't pull up my phone right now. I'm being professional.
What?
But like you were saying,
I'm going to forward it to Derek.
the Cavs.
Wow.
The Cavs.
Come on.
Is this a clip where the Cavs announcers were laughing at him?
Yes, but we would love to hear that clip because it's an audio medium, man.
Listen, we're going to do some live on-air producing.
Mm.
But in the meantime,
Yeah.
as Will is producing the show, the big news is that Will and Chris are scheduled to meet up later today.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, which is
and we've
great.
got that set up, and I've been helping to produce that show as well. And today I provided Chris Boucher's team with some basketball clips of you. So I'm hoping.
Well, listen, because Chris said earlier in his program that he was like, "Hey, don't let me become the journalist. Don't let me be the media."
Yep.
Right. And
so we're gonna switch roles.
And exactly.
Yep.
So because I have been very rude, and I'm going to apologize.
Yeah, you have a statement ready, or this is just going to be an interview?
I have 5 hours to burn between the show and that, so I will have time to draft it. Obviously, I'm a busy person, but I have reacted to his clips. Apparently, I have forwarded him an empty email.
All right, we're just going to let this clip slide.
No. This clip is not sliding. I'm gonna make this happen. There's a lot of determination.
This is a great behind-the-scenes look right now at the scramble that goes into making this show every day.
But yeah, I mean, so you're gonna show him some clips of me playing basketball, and then you're gonna have him react. I think that's more than fair, actually, because
yeah, I've got some clips of you playing defense. I want to get feedback on you playing defense.
Okay.
I
didn't even know I played.
Yeah,
defense.
I think you fouled 3 guys on one possession in the clip.
Yeah, 3 guys who were also, by the way, fellow employees, coworkers. Yeah, one of which was my boss.
I'm telling you,
who's our boss right now.
Yes, shout out to DT, man. Everyone in Toronto is our former coworker at this point. I feel like so. No, I'm excited about it.
Yeah,
at a location,
including some fine folks at Sears
to be disclosed. What?
Friday episodes are wild.
Friday episodes are wild. Please go give us 5 stars, rate and review.
Yeah, beg for it now.
And now it's time for everyone's favorite segment, which is the Eastern Conference standings watch.
Okay, you know what? Before we get to that,
we got the clip.
We finally got the clip. All right?
We did it.
This is so. As you know, we played the clip earlier. What Chris was talking about. He didn't like the way his family was looking at him on TV. This is what the Cavs broadcast said about Chris in that game.
14 points in 9 minutes of play. He's 4 of 6 from three-point range. Watanabe back to Boucher. I have a feeling he'll shoot it. He did.
They openly mocked this man on television. That's tough.
Yeah, you know what?
Oh man, that's tough. Yeah, that's Austin Carr. Yeah,
man,
that's tough. But to be fair, though, he was taking bad shots. However, it was a tough situation.
To be fair, the Raptors had 6 players.
They didn't. They had 4 roster players and then 4 strangers.
I don't think Chris should be giving himself such a hard time over that game, but clearly it motivated him to become what he is now.
Yeah, and he's been really, really great in his role.
We'll take
really
that.
Fun to watch.
We'll take that.
Yeah.
So super excited about the interview tonight. Sure, we'll recap it next week.
Okay. We're just gonna spoil their content.
Lots of content.
That's fine.
But yeah, standings watch. So, aside from pulling even in record with the Cavs last night, I thought it was huge too for the Raptors to win the game, to stay 3 up on the Brooklyn Nets with only 9 games to play.
I'm not looking at that anymore, man.
So
I'm looking at the 5 seed right now.
I was thinking about it. I don't know how you feel about the play-in tournament. I know obviously with the Raptors being in 7th, I think we would all just prefer the old format where you didn't have to worry about this one game playing.
Absolutely, yeah. Because you grind all season, you're in the playoffs all season. But hey, we're gonna do a 1-game playoff. For what reason? Who did this benefit? Do people look forward to the 9-10 playoff game? Like, oh man, I gotta see LaMelo versus Trae Young.
Oh, I gotta see
come on.
I gotta see the Pelicans against the Lakers.
I actually want to see that. I'm taking the Pelicans.
Both of those teams don't even want to play with each other. Maybe
shout out to the Pelicans, by the way, who beat the Bulls last night.
Such an impressive win. No Zion
You watched
Williamson.
that?
Yeah.
Herb Jones.
Yeah. Such an impressive win to get the Raptors within 1 game of the 5th seed Chicago Bulls. So huge night tomorrow. Pacers are coming to Toronto. Need that one.
Right.
Need that one.
The Nate Bjorkgren revenge game.
Oh yeah, I've forgotten about that storyline. All right, we'll bring that back.
No one has remembered that storyline, man.
The O'Shea Brissett revenge game. Hopefully not.
Shout out O'Shea, man.
But more importantly, Cleveland and Chicago are playing each other.
Yes.
So unless we get the first tie in NBA history.
If you win, the Raptors win, you're guaranteed to get up 1 game on either of these two teams.
Yes. So say if the Raptors win, they will either pull ahead of the Cavs or pull into a tie with the Bulls in record.
Yes.
So
I love it.
We got Boston coming in on Monday. So tomorrow is very important. Got to get that win.
Listen, now that OG's back, I want to see what it looks like against. I just want to see what it looks like against Boston. That's all. That's all. I mean, the Boston's playing is better basketball than anyone in the league.
I was thinking,
but I want to see it. I just want to see it.
No, that's fair. I was thinking about the play-in though. The point I was trying to make is I guess it's added more excitement to these games, which we don't necessarily want or need. We'll just take the 7th seed, but
I'm good without excitement in my life.
All right.
Give me a regular life of being in a 7th seed with no stress, please.
So I'm just saying the play-in tournament has affected your holistic approach, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because these are really stressful right now.
I was holistic after the win last night.
Yeah, I'm
always holistic after the win.
I still heard some things there in the first quarter that I cannot share on air. So before we go, quick check-in on Fred's health.
Yeah.
So we talked about earlier, he's clearly not 100% right now, but playing through it.
Yeah, he is.
Last night, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists in 39 minutes. I don't know how he's always able to, even in games that he's struggling, he still comes up huge in the 4th.
Yeah.
No matter what, even if he's got 6 ice packs on his knee on the court, he's going to hit that 3.
Mm-hmm.
But before last night's game, post All-Star break, he's shooting only 27% from 3, 34% from the field. What's the concern level for you right now about Fred for the rest of the season?
Yeah, it's still, fairly high, I would say. I think it was really encouraging to see the approach he took yesterday where the Cavs sent 2 guys to him. He didn't really need to force his shot. Obviously, other guys had it going as well. And I think that distributor role is something he can sort of pivot into. We were talking with Blake earlier, in the week about what are ways you can manage the injury even with he's playing. And it's not just minutes, it's also the roles and the shots that he's going to take. And I thought, even though he wasn't offensively dominating the game the way he would normally do until the 4th quarter, he was giving you so much else in terms of the defense. The effort against Garland was excellent. Again, that's the key to stopping Cleveland. If you can stop Garland, right? And I think Nick Nurse should share that game plan with every single coach that's about to coach against the Cavaliers. Listen, Nick Nurse, call your colleagues, please. Okay, tell them exactly what to do. No, but seriously, Fred was awesome defensively, and the way he was distributing yesterday was great too. Obviously, if other guys aren't scoring, if they're having some injuries on the roster, then it's harder for him to sort of take that step back because someone's got to do the job. But I thought yesterday was a really great balance of what he can do. And I'm not saying he's going to score 10 points the rest of the way. He's obviously going to do more than that. But yesterday was actually kind of encouraging, and I didn't really see him grabbing at the knee because there was a game against Chicago earlier in the week where he drove, scored at the basket, and was wincing. And I'm that's a bad sign. But I didn't see any wincing yesterday. Maybe it's because we were in the 600 level and we can't see faces clearly, but it's fine.
Need Gary Trent back too.
We do need Gary Trent back. Yeah,
practice today and things are trending positively.
Awesome.
Still questionable for tomorrow against Indiana, but we'll see. And that's why I think
are you questionable for Indiana or are you going to the game, man? This is very important for me to know because
I got a date with my nephews, but I'll be there.
Okay.
I'll check. I'll be there in the
Bring
third
your nephews,
quarter.
Man.
There'll
be seats available.
Think it's that easy?
There'll be seats available.
Think it's that easy? Because lots of family members always ask me for tickets, and I'm like, I'm not him.
Oh.
I'm not him.
I'm not
many ways.
hashtag him. Okay, word.
I'm not him.
All right. That does it for us today. I'm your host, Will Lou. You've been listening to The Raptors Show, powered by DoorDash. Make sure you find the Raptors Show wherever you listen to podcasts and subscribe. And please rate and review our show. A reminder, we are streaming live on Sportsnet's YouTube channel and on Sportsnet 360 Monday to Friday between 2 and 3 p.m. Thanks again to my producer and co-host Alex Wong, to our board producer Dan Brandeo, and Jennifer Rolnick for helping us behind the scenes with the YouTube stream. I will talk to you soon.